the Shen. But if they need somebody to help out in the early game, that is going to be what they need to make the Zeri as strong as they can get.
Yeah, and that's really important, right? If WBG does not or will not be able to funnel in on Zeri, will not be able to secure that 3-item power spike coming into mid-game, they're going to have a hard time, especially with the likes of Jax and Fiddlesticks in the favor for FPX. Now, it is Kassadin who is removed as well by Funplus Phoenix.
Yeah. From the start of this game, from what we do want to see from a lot of these teams is for them to even ban the Kassadin, because the Akali, even with the Akali opened up, they just don't want to see the Kassadin right here because they don't want the Fiddlesticks to be hunted down by this Kassadin.
100%. But now the question is, the supports are still open for both sides. It is the mid lane that is also still up, coming in from any of these two teams. Expectedly with Zeri having the possibility of going to mid lane, ADCs are still open for them as well. Zaya is open. Kaisa is open.
Yeah. Alistar is going to be open up for Weibo.
I like this.
I can see a chance for Weibo Gaming, for FPX to still go for the Braum support so that they do have a double slow on the bot lane just for them to pressure this early game against Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, and it will work, right? Because the thing is, Camille, Shen, Alistar for the side of WBG, a lot of frontliners as well. Once more into this game number 2, Braum will fit well coming into this matchup. But if they want to go really aggressively, go into the likes of Rakan if they want an extra engage, but Braum is still priority for FPX.
The question here is, what is going to be the mid lane picks here coming in from FPX? Is there's not a lot of choices anymore. Kassadin has been banned, Vladimir has been banned. They're gonna go for a Jace in the mid lane. That's good, actually. That's good.
Yeah, I think this is phenomenal coming from FPX, because the thing is, they're double downing on the late game carries that the Fiddlesticks and Jax having that potential to go through into the long run, and Jace will secure them the early game.
Yeah, they already have a lot of damage anyway on the side of FPX. One thing that could really help them out is someone to get the early game on his back, and that Jace is a good answer, because yes, the Ashe doesn't have any damage for sure because they're going to be building it for enchanted crystal arrows. But now, on the other hand, let's look at Weibo Gaming's composition. What they want to do is make sure that this double ADC composition would be able to work, and with the Shen and Alistar, that is a possibility.
And the thing is, in addition to that, with the addition to the double ADC, it's not just about any champions that we can expect. It is Zeri and it is Ezreal. A lot of mobility built into these two champions. So hitting those CCs coming in from Don 128, Singdo 7, and coming in from Braum as well will be difficult into both these ADCs to the side of WBG.
Yeah, and that is going to be the question here moving forward on this next games. Everybody, this is going to be a hard one for everybody, because this is FPX wanting to get the 2-0 and be out of the middle of the pack in this competition and join the ranks of Thunder Talk Gaming and maybe even the hands of KBG.
Yeah, but here we go. Game number 2. It's all about pokes versus all in late game. Let's see who comes out on top.
Want to see who's going to win this. They both lost against Thunder Talk Gaming, the team that is on the top for sure, and they need to step up.
They have to step up rather. But now, considering how Singdo 7 played out a while ago in game 1, they could really go in for the jumble invade once again. But considering how Fiddlesticks doesn't really have that strength when it comes to the early game, I think it's all about playing a little bit more safe from here on out. And I think the same thing also applies to the side of WBG. Shen is really not the strongest jungler.
Yeah. The only problem here to Infinity is one of my questions here is picking up the Shen against FPX. They don't really mind losing the early game against the Fiddlesticks just because they know, or rather, letting the Fiddlesticks reign supreme in the early game, because what they want to do here is like this, like what they're doing in the mid lane. Sky is winning the fight against Faye. If the Shock Blast hit, that could have been a kill.
Definitely would be, but double exhaust already burned out for both sides, for both Sky and Faye. Summoner spells really used up early on. Really good utilization thus far.
One thing that I'm really scared of Infinity is how this composition coming in from Weibo Gaming is full of AD champions, that's going to be a problem here once they hit the later stages of the game. The Drum is going to be unkillable for sure, and the Jax is just going to get tankier and tankier against them. So that is something that they need to really go for, but this is ADCs anyway. They have some magic damage built into Azeri and Ezreal, but I hope it would be enough.
Yeah, because from what we've seen when it comes to the traditional build coming from both Zeri and Ezreal, I think this will both be hybrids, but Singdo 7.
What? Singdo 7 just got that for free, and Fawn is just so sad he can't do anything about it.
My word. I mean, this is a potential of Singdo 7, right? Coming into game number 1, early game, pretty much he is.
Oh, he's top 5.
He still has that strength to just go through, but just denying the blue buff is outright illegal and criminal. But this now, WBG, having the sights onto Singdo 7, good retreat coming from the juggler.
Yeah, they got the information though. They know that he's in the area. He can go for a flash in, gets the fear on 2! And that's gonna be a dead guess shot in the early game.
And that is just because he secured the jungle camp of Shen. He secured the blue buff, giving him level 5, getting the Rift Scuttler as well. Oh my gosh. That setup coming in from Singdo 7, the aggression along with the flash, that was just perfect.
Yeah. Really great start coming in from FPX. They just needed to get Singdo 7 as close as they can get. They got the fear 2 after, making the damage way easier. Oh, that enchanted crystal arrow almost.
Yeah, but in inches onto Zihan will not be able to connect, and so far still Dawn 128 leading the charge into the Baron lane, and right now we are already reaching level 5, so it will already be much more safer for the whole squad of WBG, considering they have Shen, they have Stand United.
Yeah, 1v1 on the top lane. They do have the Shen coming in with the Stand United. Vaughn is not in range.
And as we have mentioned, right, it is a little bit more of a safety net for WBG. Gives them a lot of numbers advantage from very, very far away. But with that being used, it was the Stand United traded in for the flash. And I think it is WBG who has a worse time coming in from that engage, because now they will lose the ultimate of Fan, which will be crucial into a lot of team fights overall, considering how Singdo 7 constantly rotates in the map.
Yeah, now Singdo 7 is going to be a really scary force coming into the next stages of the game, because whenever you don't see a Fiddlesticks, there's a big chance that the Crow Storm would come out of nowhere, and that is one of the advantages when having the Fiddlesticks. Couple that with the fact that they also want the Fiddlesticks for the wave clear, and seeing that, he could definitely be a stronger force here.
100% stronger force. Two-shot barrage to clear down the wave in the bottom lane for Kratos. We're already down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this matchup, so expectedly later on a lot of resets will occur to get those items in, to get those first items up for any of these two teams. And then Singdo 7 already securing the crown means that a lot more self-sustainability and self-denying of that CCs coming from WBG for the jungler of FPX.
Ooh, I thought Faye is gonna go for the brush. And Singdo 7 could have got that first kill really easily, but based on what we're seeing, look at the rotations coming in from them. They might try to find a way to steal this Rift Herald against Singdo 7. That's one of the disadvantage of the champion, is because if you start this fight, it's not going to be easy. Stand United is going to be used. He flash in to get the great taunt, and Sky is not going to survive.
And just outright with that engage, with that kill, they get the advantage onto the Drake.
They have time to go to the bot lane though. Faye is not here too. That Rift Herald has been taken, but they still have the Crow Storm in check, so they can go and contest this.
They could summon the Shelly onto the mid lane as well, get Pryo, go into the Drake.
Yeah, Weibo Gaming, a bit too late. Singdo 7 can start this fight anytime he wants to. He does have the ultimate, remember. He can't Crow Storm in. Fawn overuses his dash, and this is going to be the start of it. They're going to go in. They have some timing just right. They got the headbutt to push him away. Getchun is tanking a lot of damage, but they still got it in the end. Singdo 7 wasn't able to get it, and the Tana 2 ends it, and Weibo Gaming gets the dragon and 2 kills.
WBG just turned that around, just waited for the perfect time, and their CCs are just phenomenal overall. It was FPX who delayed that in a very, very long time, enabled WBG to secure the Drake and also get a double man taunt coming in from Shen.
That's more of a mistake from the side of FPX. Let's take a look at what they decided here when Singdo 7 went for the Crow Storm.
Yeah, Dom 128 got the good counter-strike. It's a double man stun for WBG, but the thing is, look at the Dragon Spit. It was Singdo7 who went in for the ultimate, get knocked out by the Alistar, enabled Shen to just go into the Dragon Spit. And right after, Fan went in for the double man taunt. Faye just went in for the free hit. It was overall really, really good for WBG.
Yes, Sean with the headbutt. Perfect timing there. If he wasn't able to get that headbutt, that could have dealt so much damage against most of their members. But now, because of that, tower in the mid lane is going to be taken off. FPX almost the same setting as what happened during the last game. Them taking the Rift Herald in the mid lane, then just getting advantage in early game.
Yeah, and plus, the knockback disabled Singdo7 to get the smite onto the Infernal Drake. It was just really, really good team play from WBG. And now looking at the state of the game, it is still FPX who has the advantage and got the tower for his blood in the mid lane. They have the map control, but WBG coming into these games, if ever this snowballs out of proportion, if they get the soul later on, considering they have double ADC, that is their winning condition.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad here moving forward for FPX. They don't really have a lot of damage onto the late game. We do expect a Jax to be able to do as much, but at this point in Wild Rift, it's not really that strong in the late game. Singdo7 is the only damage that they could have, and if they don't get this big advantage in the early game, it's gonna be bad for Weibo.
Zone 128 gets cancelled, but 4-man for FPX
gets the ignite. They might be able to go for more here, but Fawn is in the area.
Nice disengage coming from WBG. Game sense coming from Gapchan as well. That there will be a lot of team members coming for the side of FPX that could respond quickly. But that's really, really good overall coming from WBG side. Right now, it's all about waiting and playing for the patience.
Yeah, WBG. One of the things that I'm really scared of is that Enchanted Crystal Arrow, supposedly, they go for the Hextech Ultimatum of 2. The Ignite is have to stand united defensively. And FPX was not able to get any kills out of that.
And the thing is, they don't have to force fight. Always have to remember that they have Ezreal, they have Zeri, and they have to play for late game. They don't have much damage early on into this game number 2. Also considering the fact that they have Shen as their jungler.
Weibo Gaming has a big chance of winning this game though because of that double ADC. They just need to wait for it to activate. And as long as FPX delays this early game and not get the advantage that they need, this is going to be bad for them.
Yeah, and that is also one of the disadvantages coming to the set of FPX, right? It's a double-edged sword. You know what? You double down into the jungler. You double down into your top laner. That means your bot laner is now getting... what? Lacking when it comes to gold, when it comes to scaling, right? Because they went in for the full utility bot lane.
Oh no!
Interesting use of ulti.
I think he thought that the Shen is gonna be staying there, go for the Rift Sculptor and surprise him. But because that could have been 1 or 2 tanks, right? A 50-50, a genius move, or yeah, something like that.
A ingenious move.
Oh yeah,
Singdo7. But yeah, I get the thought, right? Because if they get someone, that's definitely a huge advantage coming into this matchup, considering that objectives are coming out really, really soon as well. But unfortunate because now the ultimate has to still be on cooldown for the foreseeable future before the objective comes back in. So they have to play it really, really safe.
Yeah. And for now, FPX, what they can do after this is to find a place before the second objective. Right now, they don't have any vision on any part of the map. And that's going to be a problem for their side because Weibo Gaming could easily just set up fights. And they have a Fiddlesticks on FPX. They need to set up fights for their Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, 100%. And that is now dependent on Mikao, how he will start up this fight.
Yeah, they got the True Shot Barrage onto the back line though. 1 for HP on Chao and Kong. So that's going to be a good advantage here.
We're also waiting for the potential long-range engage coming from Kong as well. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will be crucial coming in, already used.
Yeah, onto the bot lane, using the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, would be able to get some damage onto Zihan. But that's not going to be enough. They have the ultimate onto the back line. Singdo7 is just pushing them back. They want to get the Pulverize on 2. They got Singdo7. And look at this. Singdo7 might be dead. He has been left alone. He got the fear, but he's not going to survive. And this is the time for Weibo Gaming to win this battle. Don 128 is not going to survive that. Was able to flash away. Ultra Shock Laser almost, but they lost their jungler.
That's really good coming from WBG. I think it was FPX who went a little overboard into starting up that fight. And now, with the loss of a lot of CCs, a loss with a lot of ultimates, it was the signal for WBG to bite back and pounce back.
I'm really surprised about the decision making here. Every one of them is not in sync here for the side of FPX. Throwing the Enchanted Crystal Arrow in the bot lane, not using this in the current fight is bad.
Yeah, especially considering this is a 4v4 with all-in focus for the side of WBG into a single thing. And then WBG's position as well, separated across the board, means that the ultimate for Singdo 7 will not connect to each and every single one.
Yeah. And that is the problem here. They kept risking this fight and letting Singdo 7 get an ultimate that is a bit too early. That's not good for this guys.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine if it would have been different, if it's WBG who started up the Drake, and then you have the follow through for Fiddlesticks to go in with the ultimate and then the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. That have been a different story for FPX.
Yeah, FPX also, from the itemization of Kong here, Kong is building a lot of AD. He's not going to go for the classic Black Lever because they do really need an ADC in this composition, and Kong is going to be the one there, but it's not going to be as effective as what Azarian and Ezreal could do, but better than nothing.
Yeah, and I think that's the flexibility of the Ashe pick coming in from Kong, right? If ever it came through, Don 128.
Yeah, Don 128 is going to be dead. Those Enchanted Crystal Arrows, I don't know what to say now, because they always show it to the bot lane, but it doesn't guarantee them a kill, which is not really what an Ashe should do.
Yeah, just considering because that's the Camille that we're talking about, right? A lot of sustainability built into himself. Zihan.
Yeah, onto the bot lane though. Zihan's gonna go. Oh, what a great hook shot to surprise Guy. But right now, that might be his detriment. He might be dead here. Okay, he's not gonna hit the shot there in the end. And Sky almost died too.
And now Cao and Kong as well. Push in onto Kratos and Jetchan, but will not commit to an all-in. And thus far, FPX is in a losing battle.
Yeah, FPX hasn't been... One of the things that is bad about this is they're not hitting the Enchanted Crystal Arrows. They're always not in the same page whenever they go for a target. They would need to really go for one target because that's the only thing that they can do here.
Yeah, and that's the important thing that we mentioned a while ago, right? It is going to be Chao, it is going to be Kong who starts this fight. It could be Singdo 7, but the thing is, if he starts up the fight in the middle of, what, 4 or 5 members into an engage, his HP is just gonna get melted. Yes, he has a crown, but that's not enough.
One of the strengths also of a Fiddlesticks is going for re-engages. They don't need to force any fights. They should just let Weibo Gaming go for the fight and surprise the backline after. And that could something that they would use in this next fight. The backline, though, SkyFL is going to be there. They have the Glacial Fissure to stop them from pushing. Flash is coming in from the side of FPX, but right now, it's a good time for Singdo 7 to go to the backline, but a bit too late, a bit too early. They got the flash. Kratos is not going to die in the process. Singdo 7 is also dead. That 1v1 is not going to work in their favor. They go to the backline. Getshot is going to be dead. Kong made it work for the side of FPX.
That's pretty good. And Don 128 is still on the board. Could come in Counter-Strike.
They're going to be chasing them down. Weibo Gaming is going to have a hard time in this fight, though, because they don't have a lot. They saw some slows at the side of FPX, and they are going to die in front of FPX.
Passive coming from Chao as well. Activated the last second, and Zihan had no escape. And FPX turned things around, got their gold advantage back.
This is going to be bad, though. I don't want to see this happening for the side of Weibo Gaming because they have been playing this game so good. But once FPX found out that what they just need to do is wait for Weibo to engage, that is when they will win.
Yeah, and that was just phenomenal coming from Singdo 7 as well. Going in for the ultimate and going in for the flash, double feared out a while ago. That was really, really good. And then the follow-up for FPX overall, it was just a disaster for WBG.
Yeah, now that they have the combo again, they don't need to waste Enchanted Crystal Arrow. They should use Enchanted Crystal Arrow in this current fight, because if they don't use it, it might be a problem for them. Because the blows is going to be used. The stun is on Geshan. Super low HP already. Kong is dealing a hefty amount of damage here.
Yeah, you already have the Runan Surkin, you have the Bloodthirst already, and just look at the position for Singdo 7 from here on forward. Because a while ago, it's FPX who has just Chao, Kong, Don128 is on the front lines, having that poke damage and potentially start the fight.
Control ward is very smart here. Ocean Break is going to be taken. FPX is already starting it out. They just need Singdo 7 to be as far away as possible. Geshan would want to start this. Spawn is just waiting for an ultimate potential. But right now, onto the back line, Geshan has been seen. They have the timing. They got the Ocean Break, but look at the back line. Oh, it's going to be Breach. Geshan is here together with the Stand United on their side. Gong is going to be their target, but Singdo 7 is going to be dead. Wasn't able to use the Crow Storm, and that's a lot of people dead onto the side of FPX. Don128 is going to die to the Ultra Shock Laser. Was able to survive.
Oh, phenomenal sidestep there coming from Don128, surviving and brings up that. And now WBG starts the Baron Nashor really quickly.
Yeah, Baron's gonna be taken. No Singdo 7, no Baron for the side of FPX. That is gonna be the bad thing. Singdo 7 was out of position, but it's more on the fact that Geshan and Faye was able to get a great position in that battle.
It was really unfortunate. Yes, they denied the soul away from WBG, but they lost the Baron. They could now lose a lot of their turrets in the mid lane and on the side lanes. And just look at how Getchon played this, right? He went onto the backside, knocked up on the Sky FL, and then Stand United came through. The taunt came up. It was just CC stacked on top of each other. It was a good showing for WBG, and in the end, the Glacial Fissure knocked up in the rest of the crew for FPX, and it was just no escape for them. Opened up the doors for WBG to take an objective.
Yeah, and Weibo Gaming just losing on that advantage is not, or rather FPX losing in that advantage is not what we expected from them to happen, and it's showing. The cracks in their armor are showing right now because FPX wouldn't have enough damage if the Crow Storm is not available. They have been depending too much on what Singdo 7 can do, and that is not what you want whenever you have a Fiddlesticks on your team.
Dihan is now seeing a Crystal Arrow is gonna miss.
He missed the arrow again, and because he built on hit, it's not gonna be up. It's gonna be up for too long. That's why they need to hit those enchanted crystal arrows.
Every break. This is crucial for FPX if they want to turn things around, because at the moment WBG already has the Baron buff, already has the lane priority across the board.
Yeah, top lane too. They're gonna be taking the top lane tower. They're not gonna be afraid of what this is gonna do, because Kong is okay here. He's gonna be staying here with the hop shot so that they have vision on that Elder Drake.
Really important for both these teams, because the Elder Drake alone could turn things around to one team or another into their own favor. In terms of gold, everyone is on an even level playing field, but WBG still has double ADC that we have to think of. Singdo 7.
Singdo 7 has been caught up. Geshan is going to follow through Fawn. I think this is too aggressive. This might be their deterrent, and this could loosen the game. Chao is being chased down right here by Zihan, but it's too tanky, and he's going to be surviving for a bit. Singdo 7 almost died there. The Shock Blast onto the backline is going to be ending their lives at PX. Singdo 7 still has the Crow Storm in this fight, though. So if this happens, that's something that they can go for. Singdo 7 is going to go in. He has to flash onto the backline. They got one kill. They make it two. Faye is going to be running away, but FPX is turning things around. Chao is going to be chasing them down. Sky FL is low, but FPX won that fight.
Amazing stuff coming from FPX. The patience game that they did there, it was WBG who overextended into the bottom lane. And yes, it was really a valuable target that they had. It was Singdo 7. If they remove the jungler coming in from FPX, they win the game. But right now, WBG.
They can go for the slow. No unbreakable will for Geshan. Geshan is going to be dead. Look at the push on the mid lane. They're pushing it already, while Elder Drake is being held hostage here.
And now it is an insurance for FPX. They got the turret into the mid lane. The wave is pushing. The wave is in their favor. And if they get the Elder Drake, they are now on a favorable matchup up against WBG.
Yeah, FPX is just going to take this, and that Elder Drake is for free. Baron is going to be next for them.
And we have to remember, we still have Fiddlesticks to the side of FPX, so if ever it comes down into a matchup, into a team fight, with Leandra's already built up by Singdo 7, those players coming in from WBG is just gonna get melted out, literally and pretty much functionally. When it comes to this matchup,
yeah,
it is really going to be such a hard time for them.
I think they need to be afraid of what Kong could do more than what Singdo 7 could do now. I think he's way more scarier. And even Sky has been the shaving grace of this team. The Shock Blast onto the backline has been super helpful. Wait, they're not going to contest this?
They're going to start up the Baron Nashor.
Yeah, they're not going to contest this. They're a bit too late if they try to contest this right now. That's going to be a Baron for free for FPX. This is going to be game.
And I think the fact is, we mentioned this a while ago, Elder Drake already scared by FPX, so if ever it comes down and WBG goes in for the engage, they're not going to win 100% because Singdo 7 still has the ultimate. Chao still has the ultimate.
They had to contest. Now it's sealed. It's the game just because they just gave it for free. That was their last chance of contesting this fight, but because the Baron has been taken now, it's going to be done for sure. FPX is just going to take this easily, and this is where the problem lies for the side of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, and now with a 4v5, if FPX is on the road to success.
What? They gave it for free, and now the game is going to be done. That's just going to be taken for the side of FPX. They could have had a fighting chance, but right now, it's going to be a chance for them to lose. 2-0 for FPX, and Weibo Gaming is going to be taken off.
2-0, Xiangdo 7 once again built the sprint to the side of FPX. Those rotations coming for the early game and having the capability as well to really just chase the success or chase the gold and chase value all throughout the map. And